everyone out in Facebook land. It is Elaine Waterman. I am Elaine Waterman, back from the Firehouse Art Center. And today we are going to be doing a fun drawing class on spacemen. So today's a pretty easy day for supplies. All you need is paper and a pencil. With an eraser probably is best. As you can see, my eraser is not that great. And a black marker. Now, if you wanted to, you can have coloring tools to color in your astronaut when you're done, but I'm not going to be demonstrating that. Maybe I'll do a little bit on the astronaut, but it's basically however you feel like coloring it for after we get the drawing done. So as you can see, we've got a little astronaut here, and he's given the peace signal. You see the Earth in the background because obviously he's on the moon, and I was thinking that this could be a really fun drawing that you could put on your door as like a nameplate saying like, this is your room, you have put a flag on it, and it's all yours. So you can make this drawing and you can tape it to your door, and everybody will know that this is your room, and you are the head astronaut. You have discovered this room for yourself. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna wait just a few more minutes, and just like always, this class is our drawing class because it's a Monday. On Wednesday, we're going to be doing a painting class, and we are going to be doing a fun galaxy painting with watercolors. For the supplies for this, you'll need your watercolors, and I did this with pan watercolors. You'll need painter's tape, and the painter's tape is for a technique called masking, and masking is the technique we're going to learn on Wednesday. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a mask for your rocket ship right here. So you'll cut that out of your painter's tape and apply that to the paper, and then you'll cut out a little semicircle for the planet underneath, and you'll tape that to the painting. Then you'll paint your whole galaxy, and then once you're done, you can remove the rocket tape and then paint in the rocket, and then you can remove the tape that's on the planet and then paint in the planet. And that's just the technique we're going to learn on Wednesday. And on Friday, we are going to do basically a fun little sculpture that is basically this. So we're going to do a little astronaut guy and the surface of the moon. And if you have a toothpick and a piece of paper, you can make your own flag. So that's what we're going to do on Friday. I don't have a picture of that yet, but I will soon. But we can get started. I see lots of people come on and then come off, but if you are here and drawing and you want me to say hi, just post in the comments. The best thing about these live stream classes is that you can choose to draw with me live, and you can comment and ask questions if you get lost in the project. Or if I'm going too fast, you can say, slow down. So that's one of the benefits for doing it and watching it live. Another great thing about the live stream classes is you can watch it whenever you want. If you are up and you want to do the class Tuesday morning at 9, you can go back to the Monday class, or you can go back, hi guys, and you can go back and do the class whenever you want and create art at your own leisure. So whenever you feel like coming back to do these classes, they'll be on Facebook. But we also updated our YouTube channel, and now we are going to be putting them all on one YouTube channel. And if you look up on YouTube for Longmont Art Center, it's actually Longmont Art Center Firehouse Art Center Longmont is the username, but if you go to the address, it's actually just Firehouse Art Center as the address for the YouTube channel. So it's easier to search. We're going to consolidate both channels so that there's only one, and it'll be easy to find whenever you want to look at old classes, or if you want to go check out the virtual gallery walkthroughs or any of the artist talks that our curator Brandy has put together with past gallery exhibits, especially since we've been closed and people haven't had the access that they're used to. So I am going to turn down the screen so that you guys can see my drawing. I'm going to show you both of them at the same time, and you can draw with me, and I will get a second one prepared. So one you can watch, and then the second one we can do together. Okay, so hang on one second. I'm going to turn this down. Ta-da! Okay, so let me just get it so that you can see all three of them at once. Now, most of the time I just demonstrate with a marker, and I don't even bother with the pencil because sometimes it's hard to see with a pencil the drawing on the screen. But I'm actually going to do it with a pencil today because there are certain areas that, you know, once we get our basic designs on, we're going to erase. So obviously I can't erase if I use the permanent marker. So I'm going to use a pencil. I encourage you to use a pencil as well and then go in later with the marker just for the astronaut. I'm going to use the marker straight for the other things because those aren't as specific. So we're going to get started with our astronaut. I just have a piece of paper right here. You are going to find a spot on the paper that is on the left side of your paper. For the astronaut, because the astronaut is going to be standing on the left side, and on the right side is where the flag is going to be. Okay, so the first thing you want to start with is the astronaut's helmet, and I'm going to draw a little bit heavier with my pencil so that you can see, but when you do it I want you to draw a little bit light because we are going to erase these lines. Okay, so I'm going to draw an oval for his helmet. And it's somewhere on the left side, and it's not too large, but you want it to be large enough so that you can put the screen in it, okay? So if you're watching, I'm going to do it on this left side right here. I actually might make it just a little bit bigger so that I know I can get his screen in, or his the glass part of his helmet. Okay, so you got that. Now I'm going to do this central area for where his where he's going to look out of. So this oval is like this. I'm going to make it just a little bit inside, just like that. And then I am going to come in and make another oval inside of it. Okay, so I'm going to color this part in, and then this part is the rim around the glass that holds the glass into his helmet. And from here I'm going to do a highlight that looks like that. Okay, you guys see that? So I'm going to move it closer so you guys can see. Okay, so I made my circle. Now if you want to do it together, I've made this circle for the astronaut's helmet. I'm going to do another circle within it, and then another circle within that. And within this, it's actually ovals. But, so they're more ovals than they're circles. And then I'm going to add the highlight like that. Okay, so if you look closer, I did the oval for the helmet, an oval inside, an even smaller oval, and then the highlight. Okay? Awesome. So, just cleaning off the, there we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the neck. So for the neck, I'm just gonna put a little curve right here, and I want you to watch, and I'm gonna do another curve underneath. Okay, so it's basically the neck that connects where his helmet is to his body. Okay, so now that you saw that, I'm gonna do it on this one if you want to do it together. There we go. And that's just the neck where the helmet sits onto his shoulders. Okay, now I'm going to do his body. So first I'm going to do the shoulders, and I want you to watch first where his arms come out. And it's kind of like a rectangle. But right where his arms come out, there's like a little curve. Okay? Okay, so shoulder, you want to do it together, you can. Arm, come down, waist, come up, arm. You guys got that? Okay, so that's this part right here. But now you see all of this stuff that's going on. We're going to do that in a little bit. We're going to do his arm. Oh, see, I'm glad you guys are waiting and watching because that was a mistake. Don't do that. Okay, we're going to come up here. We're going to do this arm coming down. And we're going to curve it like that. Okay, so his arm, this is the upper part of his arm, and then it rounds out right before the elbow starts. We're going to add his elbow, which is kind of just going to be a little curved line, just like that. Sorry, I did it in the wrong order. So you guys are, watch this, and then we can do it together here. Sorry. Okay, now we're going to do the forearm. So he kind of looks like a robot, but this is because he's wearing a really big suit. So that's his forearm. So upper arm, elbow, forearm, and then we're going to do his glove. Now his glove is just the side view of his hand. So we're going to do the thumb and the rest of the hand, just like that. Okay, so thumb and the rest of the hand, and you can split that up into the fingers, just like that. Okay, so now you have that arm done, and you're going to come and do the arm that's giving the peace sign. So it's going to go down first. So that's the forearm. So down, like that. Then you're going to want to do the elbow. Now watch the elbow. It's more of a teardrop look now. Okay, so it's going to go like that. Okay. Now we're going to do his forearm coming up. So it's a curved line, curve it at the wrist, and then down. Curved line, that's the wrist, and then come down, just like that. Okay, now we can do his hand. So now we have this arm, we've made this line, we've added the elbow, we made the forearm, and the glove. We've did this arm, we did the upper arm, the elbow, forearm, and now we're going to do the glove. So I want you to watch first. We're going to make the thumb first, like that. And it kind of looks like a teardrop as well. But the thumb is coming across like that. So it's that shape. I'm going to have to extend my thumb like this. Okay? Then you have the rest of his hand coming up to make a circle like that. So the whole thing kind of looks like a circle with a curvy thing just like that. Do you guys see that? I'm going to bring it up close so you guys can see. Okay. Now watch. I'm going to add his fingers that are bent underneath. 1, 2. Just like that. Okay? And do it here. 1, 2. So those are his 2 fingers that are down. So if he's doing the peace sign, he's doing it like this. These 2 fingers are down, the thumb comes across, and that's basically what we're drawing. And now we have to draw his 2 fingers that are coming up. And if you watch, it's going to go 1 and 2, like a bunny. 1 and 2. Awesome. Now that we have his body, we can, and this guy's a little bit wide, but that's okay because the suit has to be bigger so that he stays protected. What you're going to do is you are going to draw a rectangle on his chest, just like that. And that's the box that has like all the buttons and it controls all the stuff of his suit, but it has to connect because it's providing oxygen to his helmet. So we're going to draw the hoses, and they look like hot dogs coming out like this. So I'm going to bring it closer so you guys can see. But it's a box, and there are 4 hot dogs coming off of it in a diagonal, just like that. Okay, so now that I've drawn my box, I'll draw 1 hot dog, and you guys can draw with me, and another hot dog, and another hot dog, and another hot dog. Now this is why we need to erase, because there are all these lines right here that you don't want to draw with your marker. So if you want, you can take the time and erase it now, because those things are covered up by the hoses and you're not going to be able to see them, so they're overlapping. Okay, and that's why I didn't draw it with a marker first, because we wanted to make sure they were part of the design, and it's just easier to draw with a pencil and then erase it than it is to draw it with a marker and just kind of be aware that those things are right there. Okay, so now we have this, and we have to draw his legs. So his legs come down. I want you guys to draw a curve and a curve. And that is where his legs come out of his suit. So it's a curve and a curve. It's the top of his thighs. That's going to come down, and it's going to be a curve at the top of the knee, just like that. So come straight down, curve, curve, and then that's the top of the leg. You're going to connect where his pants are right there. You're going to add the knee, which is a flattened oval right here. So knee, knee. Okay, so now we have his thigh and his knee, and we have to put his shin, which is an oval, just like that. Okay? Awesome. I'll move this up just a little bit because you guys can't see. There we go. Now, to do his feet, I want you guys to watch first. So watch on this one. And this guy's a little bit far down, so I'm just going to shorten his legs a little. But you're going to do a circle, like a half circle right down at the bottom of his leg, and another half circle right here. You guys see that? And then you're going to round it off at the bottom. So it's a half circle with a rounded bottom. So I'm going to show that to you close. And I'll show it to you on this one too. It's going to go half circle, rounded bottom, rounded bottom. And I think that's it. And everything else we can add with the marker. So I'm going to give you guys the backpack. So the backpack goes behind his body, just like that. Okay, now that we have our astronaut drawn, I don't think I need to do a second demonstration because he was the hardest part. He was the most complex part of the design. So now I am going to move to marker. You guys can stay with your pencil if you want, but I am going to switch to marker and I'm going to start coloring them in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to color in his helmet glass. I'm going to color in his elbows and his knees. And I'm going to color in the top of his shoe, or like the toe of his shoe, his boot, just like that. And I think those are pretty much, until we get into the design of his backpack and his chest plate. Now I'm going to go in and I'm just going to do the outlines for the lines. So now that you've already plotted where your drawing is with your pencil, you can just go over it with your marker. Now if there are things that you want to correct and then erase the pencil lines, you can. So I'm just going over the lines that I want to stay. So obviously this part right here, I erased where the box was underneath the hot dogs. So I'm just going to draw the hoses coming into the box like that. Okay, I'm going to do the design for his chest plate in a second. Just going to get the lines done first, because we can add all sorts of design details once we have our lines done. Okay, so I think he's pretty much done. So now that I have all the lines done and I have the things colored in, I'm going to add some details to it that make the astronaut really fun looking. I'm going to add lines to the hoses like that. I'm going to add lines to the bottom of top of his arm sections. And on his legs. I'm going to add the bottom of his boots, just like that. And we can go back here and then we can start adding, there is a band that connects the chest plate like this, like a belt. And we can add a screen. So you can color this part all in, or if you wanted to, you can add buttons. So I assume this is where he would press to be like calling the people in the space shuttle to come pick him up, or here's oxygen level, so let's make a bigger button right here. Maybe this is a screen that tells him some information about what he's doing. And we can add some other fun stuff. So I'm going to add some dots here. Ooh, maybe we can add like a patch right there. So just add some cool stuff to your astronaut, just like that. If you want to add some more dots on the legs, you can. I think he's good. Awesome. So this is my astronaut. I'm going to bring it closer so you guys can see. I think he looks pretty cute. Or she. You can't tell if it's a he or a she. Okay, now that we have our astronaut, we're going to draw the landscape behind them. And first thing first, we want to make sure that we have the flagpole. So if you wanted to, take your pencil and just make a line with your pencil so that you know it's straight. You're going to make a line for the flag using your pencil as a guide, and you can add that. And that's the flagpole. Now, if you were on the moon, there wouldn't be really any wind keeping your flag straight. So I'm assuming that this flag is created by a metal sheet, and that is why it is sticking straight out. And that is what my design detail is. So I'm going to make the flag like that. And you can put whatever you want here. You can put Joey's room. I don't know. I would say Miss Elaine's room, or, you know, property of Miss Elaine. Anyway, I'm just going to write Miss Elaine again. Just like that. So now we have the flag. We have conquered the moon. I am going to draw the background like this. And that doesn't really show ownership of the moon. This is just the sun for your room. So, and then you can draw ovals on the ground, and these are little craters. And you can draw some stuff coming out of the craters. I'll show you it later on in the class. So for this last one, just make a crater that looks like that. So just the bottom of the crater, and it looks like that. Okay, so now we have the surface of the moon. If you want, you can draw little pebbles, some more little divots, little zigzags. I've never been to the moon, so I don't know what it really looks like, but I've seen some cool pictures and telescopes that look super awesome. And yeah, so I think that looks good. Now, for stars, I know that some people have a hard time with stars, just freehanding it. So if you've made a star before, or if you haven't, I'll show you an easy way. So an easy star is a triangle right side up, and then a triangle upside down. So this creates a star with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Now another way you can make a star, if you've done stars before, is to draw a line up, down, across, in a diagonal, straight across, and then down, okay? So those are two ways to easily draw stars. I know that sometimes it's kind of hard to draw a star just if you're freehanding it like this. So it's easier to make a star if you draw in your pencil plan first, or you can just go for it. Sometimes my stars look like little people, so I draw like the little legs, and then the arm, and then the pointy head. I don't know. You can draw your stars however. Okay. I think that's a good enough stars. Now the stars. Oh, that one's kind of crazy. And you can draw big ones or little ones. And if you wanted to, you can color some of them in. Or if you wanted to keep your sky, you can color it blue or black, and then you can color in your stars yellow. However you wanted to do it. Now for the craters, I'm going to make like these little curvy lines to show that the ground is sloping up, just like this. Okay, so for these craters, you can even do it on this one, do lines, and for 1, 2, 3, leaving one empty, this one empty, you can make little diagonal lines to show the shadow of where the crater goes inside. Okay, and that is, oh my gosh, I forgot the Earth. Okay, so for the Earth, obviously, you're standing on the moon and you see the Earth in the distance. So I am going to draw the Earth, because I kind of covered it up with a star. I am going to draw the Earth smaller, and I'm going to put it right here. So you're going to want to draw a circle. So I apologize if you put stars everywhere. Find a spot for you to put your Earth, and you don't have to be very specific with the land masses, but make some kind of squiggly colored in areas for where the land is. And that should be good. So we've got stars, we've got the Earth, we've got your flag, got the astronaut, and for the last thing that we're going to do, we're going to add a little friend if you wanted to. So I'm going to move this to the side. So I want you guys to get a good look of the design first. Now if you wanted to add a little friend to your Earth or your moon design, we can do that next. And I think everything else is done. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do is, if you guys have ever seen the game Whack-A-Mole, it's about a little animal that comes out of a hole, and it's like a mole, or a gopher, because there are lots of, or groundhog. What are those animals that, I think they're groundhogs. I don't know. Anyway, but this is like a little hole, and the little guy's coming out. So it's like a little finger coming out. You can draw antenna and the eye and smile. So he's just coming out to say hi. I'm going to draw the shadow behind him because he's coming out of the crater hole, and there we go. So that is our drawing class for today. Remember to come back on Wednesday for our painting class. I am going to take my crayons up here. I am going to take the time to use some of my coloring tools to color in a couple of the things on my astronaut. So if you wanted to, you can add some color to your astronaut. However you want to do it. These are oil pastels. It was just basically whatever I had next to me to grab. Let's see. However you want to add your color, or even if you don't want to add color. I think the astronaut looks great with an all white suit. Ooh, I know a good place. You could color the water on the earth. You could color the stars. So however you feel like doing it, this is your drawing. If you feel like coloring in some spots, you can. Or if you want to just leave it uncolored, you can do that as well. And it can be a black and white drawing. So however you want to do it, there you go. I'm going to turn the screen up and say my goodbyes and give you a little bit more information about the Firehouse as we are moving along. Oh my goodness, that is just my mouth. There we go. So thank you for coming to class with me. I hope you had a good time drawing your little space creature, drawing your astronaut and your alien. And he's just saying peace. You get a view of the Earth. We drew some craters on the moon surface. If you want to keep going and color it in more, you can. And come back Wednesday for our galaxy painting and the red planet. And then on Friday, come back and do your salt dough, and we'll mix it before class, like during class. So you don't have to mix it before class. We'll mix it during class. And remember, it's 1 cup of salt to 2 cups of flour to 1 cup of warm water. So just have those supplies available on Friday, and we'll mix the clay, the salt dough together, and then we'll make a moon surface with a toothpick flag and a little salt dough astronaut. So thanks for coming to class. If you did the artwork, whether with me live or coming back and doing it later, send it to me. So my email at the Firehouse is elaine@firehouseart.org. Send me your pictures. I'll post them on Facebook. I love seeing the stuff that you create, and it is like part of the fun that I have when I make these art classes with you. So I have fun making the art, but part of the fun is getting to see your artwork too. So definitely send those in to me if you can. So you can either email me at elaine@firehouseart.org, or if you find the event that is associated with this drawing, because we have these events on our Facebook page, you can post photos there. So that's two ways to do it. Remember the creativity bingo and prizes that we're giving out. You can send that picture of the bingo sheet to me as well at elaine@firehouseart.org. The gallery is open on weekdays, so that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday by appointment, just to keep the community safe and to follow social distancing rules. So we're having timed appointments so that there's a controlled amount of people at the gallery at once. We're doing it as walk-ins with a 5-person capacity for Saturday and Sunday. So between 12 to 5 you can come to the gallery, and as long as that we stay under 5 people, we can do that. And we have masks at the gallery for you for a $5 donation, or you can bring your own to wear. We have a mandatory mask policy, so following that from Boulder County. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, but we're not going to have classes in the gallery just to keep everyone safe, but we're going to keep doing these guys online. So I try to get these posted Sunday at the latest with pictures of the projects that we're doing, and if not pictures, then hopefully just sending out information on the events, what we're planning on doing for the rest of the week. So check our Facebook page. If you miss class, check us out on Facebook, and you can do it at your own convenience, or you can check it out on YouTube and just search for the user Firehouse Art Center or Firehouse Art Center Longmont. Once again, I'm Miss Elaine. I love doing these classes with you. Thank you for coming to class today and drawing with me. I look forward to seeing your artwork, and I look forward to Wednesday's class. Bye guys, thank you for coming.